Hi, my name is Dr. Christine Lee, and I want to welcome you to the first episode of my new show, Fulfillment Fridays. And I am a psychologist and I am procrastination coach online, and I thought I'd do a weekly show here to get my message out that all chronic procrastinators can be different, that they can dump their procrastination and that they can find the essential creativity, calm, and confidence that they've always had inside themselves for so long, and relieve themselves of the life stress of being burdened with procrastination. So, welcome. My show will be every Friday from here on out, as long as I can do this, at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time through Facebook on my Facebook page. So today I thought I would start with the big topic of how to show up with your best self. Since I'm having to show up with mine here, I thought I would share some tips that I share with others that I work with. The first thing that I want you to do is to challenge your fears. You want to evaluate for yourself, what are you worried about? Are you worried about embarrassment? Are you worried about falling on your face? Are you worried about forgetting your lines or forgetting your words? Are you worried about being overlit? That kind of thing. So before you start any big venture, just evaluate for yourself, what are your fears? What are your consistent ruminating thoughts? What is getting in your way? And mindfulness about those fears is one thing, but then kind of convincing yourself that you are not a good public speaker or that you are not a good interviewer or any of those kinds of things. I want you to do away with that stuff. It does not serve you, and it does not serve your presentation or your work or your interview or your chances of being successful. So I want you to flip your fears on their head. Recognize them, be mindful of them, but then also make sure you are not feeding yourself that toxic sludge every time you have to do something that requires a little bit more effort or is a little more daunting or is a little bit more important. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two is, I'm going to cheat here and look at my sheet. Instead of looking at your fears and harping on them, I want you to flip that all around and lead instead with love. And that may sound really earthy, crunchy, or goofy, whatever it sounds like to you. I don't really care how it sounds like to you because this technique works. I want you to proceed with a giving spirit, with a warm spirit, with a loving spirit, and decide for yourself, what can you offer people who are listening to you? What can you share with people? What can you give them? How can you be generous with what you know and what you have and what you might be able to do for people? So make that be your message and lead with the confidence that you have something to contribute. Even if it's just your enthusiasm that you're ready to learn a new job, that is really good. That comes across much more strongly and better than when we're quaking and thinking we're not going to do well in an interview or a presentation. All right. So tip number three is a very basic tip, but I think it's an important one. When you can prepare ahead of time, do that full preparation. And I think procrastinators have a way of leaving things to the last minute and getting too worked up. And sometimes they leave critical points undone. So you might forget to turn off your distractions on your phone, or you might forget to put on your earrings or something like that. So make sure your outfit looks on point and make sure you've practiced your words and you know what message you'd like to communicate. Do your best with that, but then when you're done with the preparation, also wrap it up. Don't make yourself miserable. Do not stay up all night to prepare because that will just drain your creative and presentation energy. All right. The fourth point is that it's just a general point that when we choose to procrastinate about big events in our lives and we try to put things off and we put the preparation off, we just end up making our lives harder. And I think most of us know this. Anybody who's watching me who is a procrastinator, you know this stuff because procrastinators choose the easy route first and then end up making their lives harder. So I'm going to coach you to do the hard work up front so that your life goes easier from that point forward. So choose hard over easy and avoid choosing easy over hard. So my last thing for you today is a challenge for you to use the tips that I've just shared with you in your own life? Is there something today that is making you nervous? Is there something coming up in the next week or month that you can prepare for and really knock it out of the park? And can you just lead with love in general? Even if you don't have a big thing coming up, can you do away with the fears that you have in your heart? Because those fears really don't serve you well, and most of them are super imaginary and super illogical. All right? So thank you for being here with me today. Thank you to the replay watchers. Come back next Friday at 9 a.m. on my Facebook page to catch another one of these episodes, episode number 2, and like my page so that you get notifications that I'm going live. You can follow me on Facebook and you can follow me on Instagram, where I do IG stories all the time with little tips like this. All right, look forward to getting to know you better as I do these shows, and thank you for watching. Take care and have a great week.